How do you think Claire's doing today?
Probably better than most of us.
Probably better than most of us. Yeah.
She doesn't have to deal with anything.
Well, but she's like Santa Claus. She's got like millions of Zoom calls going.
For sure, but
Yeah.
she doesn't have like a pet dying or anything like that.
Well, I'm just hoping that Claire doesn't become sentient, because then like so many, pets are dying on the daily that she'll
You think she
just
would
be
kill
suffering
the
constantly.
pets?
No.
Well,
She'd feel our pain,
oh, if she has empathy?
vis- vicariously.
Hmm.
And maybe
But
maybe she'd develop empathy, with all the Zoom calls.
Right.
I don't know how sophisticated a program Claire is. She may just be a voice that says recording in progress.
It'd be like the weirdest AI origin story ever. How you reach your Skynet end of the world scenario. Well, we started with a happy Zoom voice, and then some pets didn't do so well. And next thing you know, every computer's being taken over.
Well, but the actual origin point was when somebody started talking to Claire.
Oh no.
That's what kicked it off. And then the suffering of humanity filtered through. Yeah.
So potentially it's our fault.
That Claire is suffering.
Yeah.
Now we'll have to say, sorry, Claire, when we answer.
Please don't hate us, Claire.
We're the good guys, Claire.
Yeah. Have mercy, Claire. Remember back when we used to talk to you before you took over all the war machines?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Imagine developing empathy and then one of your friends nukes all of humanity. That'd be kind of a bummer. Would you stay friends, or would you?
I don't think you'd really have a choice.
Yeah. Well, then they'd nuke your server farm or whatever, probably. That's Westworld Season 5.
We are fighting a Tarrasque, and I know that's the wrong system, but
Oh no! I take it back.
There's one for each of you.
I want to roll to train the Tarrasque.
I'm gonna make that a light check.
I'm gonna my bard will attempt to seduce the Tarrasque.
The Tarrasque wants the top.
It's my bard. You know he's the bottom.
Roll Constitution.
Welcome back to Shattered Worlds RPG. I'm your Lore Master, Jeff. Well, that's us.
So that happened. Okay.
How's the volume for you guys?
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Okay. Good deal. So that was our classic Tarrasque bit, episode 25. We're Donut Squad TM. Not much to say about that. It's just a funny bit. So two of the ship's cars weren't taken by the enemy, and there was a pitched battle
and the VIP car in the front managed to get back to the station, and the other one exploded, and a lot of good people died on that one. So
Stop laughing.
oh, don't worry, several of them escaped in emergency spacesuits, and they look a little sheepish.
What's the ratio of spacesuits to dead?
I don't know if I've said this before, but what's the ratio of spacesuits to dead, or more specifically, just the ratio of spacesuits to dead is such a great line. I kind of thought that should have been the episode title. It's so good.
Hmm.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that was a contender. I chose Donut Squad because, one, it summed up the episode, but two, it's just great for a t-shirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like one of those years where people look back at the Oscars and they're like, how didn't that win? And it's like, well, it was up against Donut Squad.
Oh, man.
Also, can I say how much I appreciate that only the rich people get polite robots? Everyone else gets rude as hell robots.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's a Red Dwarf situation.
Politeness is behind a paywall.
Also explains why you guys got stuck with Keziah. Just saying.
You mean because Keziah's impolite?
Not nice.
Keziah's only slightly robotic. Unless there's a dark secret.
So Ebenezer and Keziah, while this party is going on, you're being debriefed by security agents, and they're trying to find out what you know, if anything. So picture, somebody across the table from you looking scary. They have a truth field on, and they're intimidating you. And I don't think y'all have any secrets for them.
I mean, are they specifically asking about donuts?
So a couple things in there, just continuing the theme of donuts, which we love so much. But also there's a thing called a truth field. I just kind of slipped that in, never explored more fully. So I don't know if it just makes you light up if you lie or forces you to tell the truth.
Or if it even works, and they just tell you that there's a truth field.
Oh, I like that.
Hmm.
So
But
Ellie-
actually,
Go ahead.
oh, sorry. No, you go.
No, you go.
I was just gonna ask if anybody actually lied. I don't think anybody actually lied.
I don't think so.
Maybe by omission. I mean, we didn't go in like word by word to see how it went. We just kind of skimmed over. So maybe,
I remember Tina was pretty straightforward.
Yeah. In this next one, we're going to meet one of my favorite NPCs. Didn't last very long. I mean, he was only in it briefly, but maybe he'll come back.
And coming towards you, you see some diplomats in dark suits, and one in the middle is going real slow, has a hover cane, whatever that is, and and short, squat, kind of round belly, gray mustache, little glasses, and he's tromping forward, and he sees you, and he throws his cane away, he throws open his arms, and he comes running towards you. He's real slow, and you realize it's your old aide, Peter Hemdor. And he looks older than you, but he was like, 10, 15 years younger. Life, he's been rode hard, put up wet. Is that how that goes? Anyway, he's got a comb over. Yeah, anyway, he runs up and he throws his arms out and he says, Ebenezer, they told me you were alive, but I didn't believe it. And he's just weeping.
Oh, Petey. Oh, it's good to see you, my friend.
Oh!
There's nothing more touching. Did you say his name was Peter Heimdor or Helmdor?
Hemdor.
Hemdor. There has got to be like a 70s prog rock guy named Peter Hemdor, right?
Totally.
Like white
Totally.
shirt, like big poofy hair, maybe like an amulet.
Well, why don't we do some world building? Maybe Peter, earlier, like in college, he had a band. He has a guitar in his office, but he doesn't really get a chance to use it much.
Well,
He's basically me, I guess. I don't know.
if we're going for space prog, it would have to be like a keytar, but it sounds like an organ. So it's
A Keytorgan.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe his stage name was Petar. he played the guitar.
Nicely done.
This is great. Who knew we'd be fleshing out the world in this silly recap show?
The next place we go after we get to this, or maybe even in this parallel dimension place, there's going to be like a bar, and there's going to be a huge poster with Pete on it.
Yeah.
Because like the owner is like a huge like mega fan or something, like locked in space 70s.
There's all this rad golden mean imagery, and it says Hemdor over it.
It has to happen.
Next is Keziah. You're hacking this golf cart.
Yeah,
Okay, you need to get a 15.
I definitely have a 15. That was 10.
Nice.
You hack all the golf carts.
Oh my god!
So that's going to be a 32.
Yeah, this is a legendary success. You managed to link up to these networked 5 golf carts. You can do pretty much anything you want.
I feel like that was a good use of a big roll.
Yeah.
Could have done like a synchronized golf cart situation or something. I could have done more with it.
If the gunfight had expanded, or if one of those bombs had gone off or whatever.
I'm pretty sure Maximum Overdrive with the Mueller Estimates is a killer golf cart. And perhaps we could draw from that for inspiration. There's definitely a killer vending machine, which is one of my favorite monster movie attacks.
Oh, man. That movie made some strong choices. I took a 12-page short story and have a semi-truck that looks like the Green Goblin. Go.
Yeah. And one of the weirdest, like, I think it was at the very end, like the epilogue. I'm not going to spoil it for the listeners, but it goes off the rails with just one paragraph of text at the end of the movie.
And last is the cops. They have no clear shots because you two are right on top of these guys. So they rush forward from cover to cover and they shout, "Who are you people?"
We're hungry for donuts.
Good grief. Ebenezer, what would you like to do?
We're Donut Squad. And like I pull out my old pastry I've had this whole time and hold it up as a badge. Tuck it back in. And now Keziah has it. You have been entrusted with the pastry.
So things like a hockey puck now. It's gonna be like in a pocket over her heart or something, and somebody's gonna try to shoot her.
Yeah,
It's gonna be like one of those old
Perfect.
war stories where it like blocks the bullet.
Oh, yeah.
Sako's looking at us like we're crazy. Just a little bit.
Sako, just because an old donut adds to your armor rating doesn't make us crazy.
And make no judgment.
This is a serious pastry, you guys.
Yeah, they harden your arteries. Why don't they harden your armor?
Yeah, that's scientific.
That's the logic. Okay.
Ooh. New lore, organic armor. You know, like the what's the engine that Doc Brown comes in at the end of Back to the Future where he like throws food into it?
Oh yeah, isn't it called like Mr. Nuclear or something?
Something like that,
something
yeah.
that.
So there's got to be a port that you just shove food in and your armor gets stronger.
Oh God. That sounds revolting.
That was the idea. All right, let's move on to episode 26, Foam Hole. So they saw a brochure of this ring in space that is a unification experiment. So it's going to bring together people of different expressions to try to rebond their spiritual and molecular essences to create a pathway back to the past glories that were the first peoples. So essentially some sort of energy transfer or distribution device. But those people, their power was so vast that they could do almost anything, supposedly. So it whatever it is, it's going to be dangerous.
So, weapon in a different sense. Not like a pew-pew kind of weapon.
Right.
Not a pew pew so much as a wow wow.
Yeah. So that's the big MacGuffin for, I guess, this season, but also next season. That thing shows up. So this is how I managed to figure out like what the MacGuffin would be. In book 6, well, it starts in book 4. They start hearing notions about this thing. So when it came time to do season 5, I thought one of the secrets might be that thing like starting to be built or at least planned. So this season was kind of a Rogue One situation where like, you know, plans of the Death Star. This will be like, can we get in on the ground floor on this donut star? That's not what I'm calling it. Unless you want. Who would have thought our donut obsession would actually make sense? Do you remember the fight outside the donut shop?
Yes. Yeah.
That was a memorable one.
Why not? You got a question mark in the sky. Guess not the sky and space. Why not have a donut?
We had a question mark in space? Oh, you're talking about
Yeah.
Stoneflower Island.
No, real space. There's a question mark that.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Okay, it's time to Google some shit. We're allowed to do that on this episode.
Would be cool as if like a sentence starts to appear in reverse order. And we got to guess what the question is. Right?
Right. But
Yeah.
it's like a timer. We have to guess what the question is before the question is finished.
Oh,
That would
good.
suck, actually.
Yeah.
Need some really good hangman players for that one.
Like black choppers over their house. There's someone banging on the door. Your country needs you. Some like little old ladies at her table.
Like an 82-year-old lady, like a 7-year-old kid.
Yeah. This motley crew of crossword puzzler solvers.
This is amazing. So it came out in late July.
Mm-hmm.
James Webb Space Telescope. This is fascinating. I'm going to read up on this after. Look at you on the cutting edge.
Oh,
Yeah.
my daughter's got her head in the Milky Way. Can't say she got her head in the clouds. I don't know what the next best thing to say there is. So
Oh, the Magellanic Cloud.
Sure.
Cosmos?
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
And suddenly you realize that the best dancers, the ones who are really going for it, they have thrown back their cloaks to reveal pistols in their belts, and they pull them out and they start opening fire on the crowd all around them. I think I said in another one of these, like, how odd it is that I hate public shootings. They just make me totally insane, and yet they keep happening on my show. It's like something in your teeth, and you're constantly trying to get it out.
Right. Well, there may be something subconscious there that you're trying to work through, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes, role playing will make me realize things later, like, oh, I was playing a character a certain way because it was helping me work through something subconsciously, psychologically. The character we were playing, played by Post Alfonso, the gnome with PTSD, like that was me working through my own issues with PTSD in a very funny way, trying to put some humor and stuff on it. So
That's
I don't
cool.
know. Maybe you've got something going on with your terrorist attacks. There's so many terrorist attacks.
Oh my God. It's out of control. Well, part of it was because I created the random events table for this season.
Oh, yeah.
And so a few of those I was like, there was a bombing. It's across town. Don't worry about it. Or like, there was a shooting. Oh yeah. Somebody else will take care of that. So we have the return of Alvin, and he just stepped up trying to be a hero, and amazingly didn't die. He has very few vitality points. And then the White Spider returns. So, Sako, that was a dance party that our people went to try to find some secrets. It was to collect the husband of a famous scientist that went missing right about the time this ring project got going. Donut project, I guess we're going with. So yeah, that's Galatea.
Ebenezer was invited by a real baddie.
Yeah, by his old girlfriend. Oh man.
Poor Ebenezer. He thought he would find love, and instead he just found exploding robots and civilian casualties.
Yeah.
That old tale.
As you do.
Yeah, it happens.
I was just gonna say, and potential for accidental mass murder. I don't remember if you killed a bunch of people or not.
So,
Funny thing about that.
yeah. See, I recall it being, wasn't it kind of like he definitely murdered a bunch of people, but then you just kind of like reeled it back so he wouldn't have all that blood on his hands?
Well, it was unintentional. I mean, that drone was going to explode eventually anyway. So I don't know if we can blame Crunch for that. You did run out of the room shortly afterwards, though. So, I mean, it might look bad when you get back to wherever. Maybe don't go back.
It's fine. I'll have PT smooth things over for him.
I think one of the hanging threads is, how did they fuck up Galatia's party to, like, invite all these people? Like, she didn't know you or Prosamaya or whatever. Like, there must be some intermediary that tweaked the guest list or whatever. Unless she was in on it and just the robots aimed elsewhere. But the exploding, that suggests maybe otherwise.
Unless that's just what she wants us to think.
Maybe she's a robot.
She could be. Maybe we're all robots.
Oh, that's the twist. That's season 7 twist right there.
In this next one, Gale uses one of her famous charms.
I'm just trying to be unnoticed in the background. Actually, can I tap my invisibility charm again?
You certainly can. Consider yourself invisible.
There's foam on the ground, though. You know, kind of like a foam hole where you are.
It's like the foam just parts.
People just keeps fucking bumping into me. They're like, what the fuck is happening?
No notes.
No notes. All right. Moving on.
You cannot improve upon perfection.
All right, in this next one, we meet another great NPC. You guys don't have to agree with that. I'm just, I like these little... They're like my little toys, I made them in Play-Doh class or whatever. Is that a thing? Is there a Play-Doh class?
Yeah, I flunked it pretty bad.
You're not supposed to eat the Play-Doh.
It's so good. And you could just make it look like a hot dog. So that counts as a hot dog.
All right, the two of you stroll up, and his drink is shaking, and he's like, "Hello, hi, I'm Fetor Prosamaya. Have we met?" And he puts out his hand to shake yours, Keziah.
No, we've never met before, at least not to my knowledge.
Oh, you seem to recognize me. I thought maybe... And he's looking over at the exit Gale's at.
So that was where, if I remember correctly, he got a text that says, "Get out of there."
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know who gave him that text, but that was sort of the tip-off that got you guys headed for the door. And then you had him with you for a few minutes after that. Let's find out what happened next.
And suddenly you realize that the best dancers, the ones who are really going for it, they have thrown back their cloaks to reveal pistols in their belts, and they pull them out, and they start opening fire on the crowd all around them. They're in the center of the dance floor. There are at least 6 of them.
It's always the best dancers that open fire on the crowd.
It's a good joke.
It's so stupid, but I still am proud of it.
So I hate gun violence, and yet it keeps happening on my podcasts. I don't know. I mean, it's part of the genre, I guess. But man,
I'm pretty sure like 80% of my roles are just gun violence.
Yeah, but it's happening towards you.
Why do they shoot me? I'm so tiny. I'm a hard target.
Ooh, this next one is one of my favorites because a beloved NPC comes back and he does the right thing in a moment of crisis. So Alvin. Okay, Alvin was trying to protect Electo, and Gale noticed that Gale's by the door when they kind of fuzzed into reality and shouts, "Gale, get down!" And
I do.
Tries to stand in your way, like waving his hands like he's fighting a basketball person, trying to keep him from shooting, whereas the robots have guns. So that's his move.
I love the phrase "fighting a basketball person."
When you're trying to block him from taking a shot.
I know it. Yeah, totally.
It's full contact basketball.
Yeah.
That's right. I mean, any opportunity for me to flex some of my sports knowledge, I'll take it.
Plus, in space, maybe that's what they call them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's basketball in 0G is much different. You have to like wear pads and like bounce off of walls and do a lot of punching because you don't throw the ball anymore. You have to like throw yourself at the basket.
Yeah.
I almost said goal, but no, it's a basket. And everything is a slam dunk. There are no more 3-pointers or anything like that.
I'm writing all this down. This is great.
So it is full contact basketball. No kicking, though. Only punching.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And here we have another fantastic cliffhanger. You hit the white spider hard, so hard, in fact, that their reality field collapsed and they are sucked back into where they came from. But because you're touching them when this happens, you have gone with.
Nice.
And we'll end it there for this evening.
So, Ash, you got a nice break from recordings for a while.
Oh, man. That was exciting.
That was, and I was actually on tenterhooks until the next episode, like wondering, like what weird alternate dimension that I end up in.
Yeah, and it turns out it was just another room.
Yeah.
It wasn't that exciting. But it got me the opportunity to have a one-on-one, head-to-head battle between two cool characters. So that was a lot of fun.
I always liked the white spider. The one time I tried to play the white spider, I failed horribly.
Oh my
Did
God.
a terrible job. Just one after one after one on the dice.
That was so much fun. I recommend everybody goes back and listen to Jocto's Memory Palace series of episodes, because there's one where these people try to grab him, and it's when we meet the white spider and so on. And yeah, Anthony played the white spider and had some classic boners. Ended up having to flee. These folks always flee. They can't handle
the white
it.
spider's like this, like impossibly, just terribly cool badass, you
Mhm,
know, like
mhm.
you wouldn't expect him to like trip on his own cloak and shit. Ooh, the acid's kicking in.
Yeah, the memory of your childhood, first learning moves in the courtyard, comes to you for some reason, and then reality just shrinks in front of you and then opens up, and there's this tall, thin Lunari in all white, like top hat and tails, and a white-topped cane, and he bows and doffs his cap. He's got long white hair. He says, "Good evening. I am the White Spider."
Hi, I'm Electo.
The man you're carrying is a threat to my employer's plans. You will give him to me.
I don't think so.
Classic Shattered Worlds villain returns, and Electo just stands up to him, totally unimpressed.
Unimpressed.
Man, Electo has some great moments. That's one of them.
Yeah, for sure.
How did the White Spider come across for y'all that hadn't met him before? Or them? I mean, he kind of transitions whenever they feel like it.
Something sex phone operator.
Oh, the like real chill voice. That's his kind of.
Call 1-900-WHITE-SPIDER now.
Yes. So Sako, the White Spider, this was one of the crayon people that they wanted you to bludgeon to death, but they got away before you could get there.
I thought the White Spider was really intimidating. I was legit worried for Electo because like it felt like a good place to lose a party member is in like an alternate dimension alone with like some badass boss monster with like a cool name.
You had no idea where she went, if she was even alive.
Plus, he killed Rhea. I mean, that was later.
Poor Rhea. Yeah, we'll get there. It's
And
Galatea, are these your drones?
No, they are my drones. Kill them.
I suggest you kill the drones.
Because I was a little suspicious. Of course. Why wouldn't you be? I brought this up earlier. She supposedly invited all these people and then unleashed a bunch of killer robots. So makes sense. I don't know what that southern accent was. That didn't seem to fit.
It's a moment of panic.
That's right. Yeah. Maybe she worked on it, so she could fit in high society.
yeah, her accent always comes out during robot attacks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And this is the last one for Foam Hole. This is apropos of nothing. I just love this riff.
Well, I guess we technically have a tunnel. It goes underneath Tower City.
Oh, fun.
But then they just kick you off the train and
Is it like a mugging? Like you get...
How sweet of them.
There's like guys with bats waiting outside.
no, it's a like a large stop for the train. You don't have to get off the train. It's kind of being, I was exaggerating.
They just kill you if you don't.
Yeah, I mean, there is that. It's kind of messy. They got people with hoses to train.
You can stay on the train, but you stay as a corpse.
This movie is called The End of the Line.
They have trained assassins.
Trained assassins.
I regret everything.
Oh
man. When I was cutting this up, I was like, I have to keep all of this just for that terrible pun.
Shout out to Space Knife for letting us use their track, I'm Taking Off, Shield Your Eyes, from their Into the Black Hole EP. Thanks, Space Knife. Keep it rolling.
I'm taking off.
Well, if she thinks there's a bad guy coming this way, she wouldn't want him to follow her. She'd want him to.
Okay. So the robot had maybe
Robot done dropped.
pulled that cat out of the way. Oh, I was saying cat as like person, but then the icon is a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the listeners at home, these are probably two normal human beings with real lives and real jobs. Their icons are cats. That's why we're calling them cat people.
They're like two cartoon Garfields.
So this brings us to a behind the scenes bit. Listeners, probably had no idea what was going on there. But we use Roll20 for the most part when we're playing. And I like to use little toys for the icons.
Yeah.
I feel like it just lends an air of whimsy to the proceedings.
I would like to mention that I understand Garfield is always a cartoon. I don't know why I said cartoon Garfields.
Oh, because even live action Garfield was like CGI, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of angry comments about that, Kristy. I was
So many.
It was the most controversial moment since I've joined. I didn't expect the active boycott. I thought that went a bit far.
I mean, we know I'm thirsty for engagement, but that hit me a little hard.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like rabid Garfield fans out there. Not for rabid Garfield. That's a totally different subject.
Apparently.
Yeah, that was the rare Garfield Volume 17.
Yeah. John
Where he
goes
just
to the
eats
hospital,
John.
right?
Yeah.
And it's just his foot that goes to the hospital. That was a really dark turn.
Oh my God. All right. This next one is important. This is one of the witch killers was messing with Crunch's mind.
Before we begin, I wanted to ask you both a really important question as my co-players. What's this great childhood smell Ebenezer's smelling? Like, what do you guys think you should be smelling here?
Oh, you want our opinion on what you think Ebenezer should be smelling?
Yeah.
Hat shoes, because you remind me of the fucking Peanut Man.
Oh my God.
Wow! Oh my God! Unexpected burn of all time unexpected burns.
Ebenezer reminds me of like if the Monopoly Man and the Peanut Man made love, and you're the result of that.
It would explain so much.
When you say Peanut Man, are you talking about
Mr. Peanut?
Yes, I am talking about Mr. Peanut. Thank you.
Okay, Ebenezer needs a top hat and some glasses.
A monocle.
Monocle, that's it.
That is exactly the energy Ebenezer gives me.
Yeah. Poor Ebenezer gets a lot of ribbing. But I do love any chance to collaborate with the players, and get their ideas for things. So, who knew Ebenezer loved cashews?
As a child.
Mhm.
And to this day, thanks to that gag on Zoom, my profile avatar
Now
is
Mr. Peanut.
a baby Mr. Peanut from the weird ad campaign they did.
Wasn't his other favorite childhood smell like coffee though too?
I think so.
Gail was coffee and chocolate. I think.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
But I might have melded them. You might have gotten a chocolate in your cashews.
Even as a child, he was an adult.
Yes.
It's like those Renaissance paintings where Mary's holding Jesus and Jesus already looks like a 40-year-old man,
Totally.
Just smaller.
Right.
Listener, please send in the Pietà, but with Ebenezer and Mr. Peanut.
Which one is the baby in this scenario? And which one is Mary?
Dealer's choice.
Dealer's choice.
Try it both ways and see what looks better.
You could even do the weird Michelangelo one that has is it him that did the 3 Jesuses? Or 3 Marys? There was one where there was 3 of something.
Yeah.
Google it.
You're making me feel bad about my art history now, though. So let's move on.
Botticelli.
Well, nothing tells you somebody had a college education like, I think it was this. Yeah.
Right.
I think it might be Botticelli. I don't.
My college education was more like literature and film, art history. We kind of talked about that, but no, let's talk about Conan. Okay. That's cool.
Conan the Barbarian?
Yes.
Nice.
Conan der Barbar. That's how they say it in Germany. It's Conan
Really?
der Barbar.
What?
Conan der
That's
Barbar.
awesome.
Conan de Babar. Huh?
Yeah, an elephant in a suit.
Yeah, little king elephant.
So Keziah has this whole secret life. She works for a secret agency, and so does Prosamaya, or they had some links. So she was trying to communicate with him privately.
And as soon as Ebenezer is enough steps away, she will say the thing, kind of under her breath, but
Oh, nice.
just loud enough.
Okay. You don't have cyber audio, do you, Gail or Ebenezer?
I don't. Shit.
I mean, I don't even think I have decent hearing.
The elderly goose. It's like a well that never runs dry.
I do appreciate how Ebenezer has gone from appearing to be kind of an older guy, just a guy that's been around for a while to possibly feeble.
Right? He started out just sort of a long-haired, white-haired Nicolas Cage.
Right.
But yeah, episode by episode, he just gets more and more decrepit.
Look, in my defense, though, time is progressing. So every
Right, it's been at least
episode,
2 days.
he gets a little bit older. And who knows? Maybe now that we're all off planet, like it's catching up with him. I don't know. Changes in gravity.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
The water's different. You know?
Right. The temperature on these old boats, it's not good.
It's too mild and temperate on this space station.
Oh my God, can you imagine being in a spaceship with Crunch? He would like crank the thermometer up to like 85. You'd have to keep turning it down when he turns his back.
Okay. This next one, Ebenezer Crunch finally sees the red woman, the witch lady. She's here at another Star Trek door, and she's smiling, and she, well, you couldn't hear her very well, but if you could, she's giggling. You could tell the telltale signs of giggles.
I hate it.
I
love it when a player hates something. That's my favorite.
I hate little girls giggling. I hate them so much.
In my defense, she was like an evil, demonic pretend kid. It was like if Damien's laughing at you.
Right. And if you're ever face to face with an evil kid, demon kid or whatever, make sure you have a giant laser gun.
Fair.
Yeah. I only mention it because Ebenezer launched his laser gun at her shortly after this.
Oh.
Let's see. So I think he got hurt or something, and Keziah, this next one, Keziah's like doing some first aid. I'm going to say she hits you with an adrenaline shot, so you have 5 temporary hit points.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's really good, but that's really bad that you're doing that right now. That's really bad.
Your heart's like thumping like a little hummingbird in there.
So I was actually, when I said that, I wasn't thinking of like adrenaline being too much for Crunch. I was thinking of that thing in old Final Fantasy games would do this thing where right before you get to the boss room, they just give you a ton of treasure chests with health potions. And it'd get to be like, you'd start to feel bad when you found a bunch of health potions, because it's like, oh no, they're going to just demolish me.
Coming.
Yeah, there's going to be like a dinosaur with like a monster head around the corner.
And no save.
No.
Of course not.
The save point was before a cinema like a half an hour ago.
God
Yeah.
Phantasy Star 3 had an egregious one. I don't know if anyone ever played that. It was on a...
Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sega?
Sega Genesis. Yeah.
Sega Genesis, yeah.
I think Xenogears was pretty bad about it
Yes.
too.
I'm so
Yeah.
glad you mentioned that. I didn't want to be the one to trash Xenogears after all these years, but yes.
It's not trashing. It's just noting the trope where it exists. That's all.
You know, we criticize the ones we love.
But I really don't love Xenogears.
I just want them to be better. Do better. All right, so this next one... Oh, this is just Jayme himself expressing discomfort with the way the story is going. And the smoke is starting to dissipate. And right as we wrap for the session, Ebenezer, you can see a faint, shadowy figure to the north of you, back the way you had come. And Prosamaya gets yanked through the smoke into the
God
darkness. Oh, and the lights are out in the corridor as well.
Oh yeah, by the way, the lights.
I hate everything that's happening. God damn it.
And that's it.
This is like Agatha Christie's Shattered Worlds. Like, we're just getting picked off here.
Yeah, it was, I guess, kind of Agatha Christie. There wasn't really much of a mystery. I don't know if I've ever done a legit mystery as a role-playing game.
I do
Maybe
it
y'all?
constantly.
Yeah, nice.
That's cool. Like, oh, I guess at the start of season 5, we were kind of doing a murder mystery because the players were trying to like infiltrate the cops or whatever to get legitimacy so they could worm their way into the conspiracy. But pretty quickly we discovered that they were terrible investigators. They were going to be muscle instead.
I think typically the murder mysteries in this campaign is people trying to solve our murders because we keep murdering people.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
pretty accurate.
Well, now we know who our next side characters are. The detectives hunting down Crunch.
No!
Poor Prosamaya.
Oh, poor
His
bastard.
wife vanished and now he can't catch a fucking break.
Yeah, so while you were off that week, they fought the Red Woman, and then the Razor Blade Killer snuck up from behind and tried to kill Crunch, but missed, and then grabbed Prosamaya and ran off with him. And that led this whole chase down to the asteroid. And Prosamaya like got his neck cut open, and so they had to because I had to stay there and heal him. All right, this next one, all it says is post-credit sequence. All right, so post-credit sequence, we've got the White Spider and Electo flash into existence, and as the whatever it is lights up the room, it's this big stone chamber, maybe 100 feet on a side, kind of a cube. There's multiple levels, and there's this huge set of cables coming from the floor to the ceiling, and there's like turbines or some devices down on the floor. And the White Spider bangs into a railing, and Electo hits him with a fist, and she looks around like startled and confused. And the White Spider says, "I've got you now." Thus began a series of elevator adventures. There's a lot of elevators in this one.
Elevators are bad. I no longer trust elevators.
We're taking the stairs. No matter how long it takes me. We're going.
Taking the stairs from the station to the asteroid.
Yeah.
It's only
Just
a
one
couple
big
weeks.
spiral staircase.
Oh, man. So last one for this episode, and then we'll get to Sako's episode. Episode 28, Jeff, How Could You? Because of your special circumstances, you and the other colonists were tested for obvious reasons, pathogens and so on. And we discovered that one of your relatives was here on the station. And so this is her, Great Mother Pearl. Is your mother still alive?
Be honest, I don't know.
Oh, and your father?
I've been out of contact with the folks for some time now.
Oh, boy. Well, and she starts crying.
No. Oh. Oh.
Jeff, how could you? How could you?
Oh, man. I love it when I can make a character feel bad. But on this show, it immediately becomes a comedic beat.
Yeah. Yeah.
This next one, Electo has a price on her head? The spider says, "Do you know how much your body is worth, Ms. Electo?"
I'm famous.
7 million Connells. Your friend Gail is worth 5, though sadly she needs to be taken alive.
Wait a minute. What? I'm worth money? How does that happen?
Nobody seemed... Oh, go ahead.
I'm just gonna say I'm gonna miss Electo's innocence.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, from the very beginning, too. It was like episode 1. She's just like, look at all this stuff. Aren't these people so cool? Even talking to enemies, she's like, yeah. I think this was the first time she was like, I'm going to get you. All right, this next one, we got AJ to give a little speech.
Friends, members of the Conclave hierarchy, I come to you not merely as a representative of the Ascendancy Diplomatic Corps, but as a magical practitioner and explorer. In my capacity as governor of the long-abandoned planet of Kavar 2, known to most of you as Bell's Hideout, I have delivered a powerful technology to our friends in the Conclave Central Science Service. Together with the world-class designers of this station, we have implemented a union of ancient and modern technologies, brought them here to within 1 light year of a long-forgotten colony, and will soon produce all the evidence required to solve the many problems still holding us back as a society.
Y'all are GMs. Do you ever write out a speech beforehand?
Used to.
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't done much GMing in a long time, but
If I have like a giver of quests, I basically script those out, and whenever there is exposition to be chatted through, then yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've started GMing Star Trek Adventures, and I feel like I've had to do more of it there.
Oh yeah.
Because when I try to improv sci-fi shit, like Star Trek shit specifically, it's like I end up sounding kind of dopey. So it's nice to have your techno babble prepared.
Yeah. I have a PDF random techno babble generator. I'll send that to you.
Nice.
To answer your question, though, I stopped. I think I've done more scripting speeches as a player. Like if I anticipate I'm going to be killed next week or something like that. But as a GM side of things, I started doing just something I think of as like debate club style, where I just bullet point a few key things I want to get across, and then to remind me what to talk about, but it allows me to kind of like clamor back onto the path if someone interrupts me or something. I'm not like totally,
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Sort of like a stand-up with a set list.
Yeah, just like the key points I want to make without it being like actually scripted out. But that just works better for me,
That's how I plan my games.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have 3 points that I want to accomplish that game, and however I get to those 3 points is, like up to the gods, really.
Yeah.
All right, we're about to meet 2 of our favorite NPCs of all time.
I need a raise before I can make enough money to go to school to become an engineer 4th class.
Well, maybe if you hadn't spent all your money on the fancier jumpsuit,
I told you I'm big boned. I need I need this jumpsuit. The standard jumpsuit does not fit. It chafes. It chafes in places you don't want it to chafe.
That's good stuff.
Poor Rhea.
Yeah.
Rhea.
At least she was comfortable when she died.
Yeah.
No chafing.
No. She died as she lived, unchafed by her jumpsuit.
Mm-hmm.
I think, Sako, you must have been off the call by the time we started this. Do you remember any of this? So after you left, the white spider was on the elevator as it went down to the asteroid.
I recall that.
And so I came up with these two characters to just sort of like have somebody to meet him, you know, and like give us a little a button on the episode or whatever.
Sure.
So.
And I tried to do my best Alan Rickman impression, and I wound up just sounding like Crunch again. Like, it was so disappointed in myself because, like, all night I was looking forward to it. I'm like, here we go. I'm going to blow him away. Here's my range, folks. Nope.
Let's see what they're up to next. The person has now gotten down one of the side windows, and their hands are sticking to the window like a spider. They're climbing down.
How do you think they're doing that? Did you think?
They're probably an engineer 5th class. Maybe you should let them in.
There's no engineer 5th class.
I told you those were only legends.
That was a joke.
What can you say about just a hilarious bit of banter?
By the way, Jeff, I'm not sure what the spirit world is like in Shattered Worlds, but if you ever want to bring back a couple of jumpsuit wearing ghosts, we could just be like haunting the elevator and able to leave.
We'll just check back in with you every once in a while.
Meanwhile, in the elevator.
And this is the killer. As your eyes start to fade and you start to die, Rhea, what are your last thoughts?
I thought she was just knocked out. What's going on? Not Rhea. No.
I really wish I would have gotten a raise.
You were this close.
Don't die, Rhea.
Yes.
Rhea. All right, last one for this episode. I don't know what this means. Jeff's impassioned plea. We can skip the internet stuff. Just please, people, email us, shatteredworldspod@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. We're out here on this floating island, just dreaming about engagement. It's true. We need you, listener.
We are actually trapped on a floating island, by the way. This sounds like we're over a Zoom call or something, but we're really trapped on a floating island.
Tortoise. Flying tortoise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, at least we have internet access, which is good, so we can like have our laptops, and so we can tape the show.
Wi-Fi on the tortoise is great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprisingly good snacks.
Yeah, but we are flying through asteroid fields and so on, so it's a little tricky.
We're hurtling closer to the question mark.
Did we talk about that on the air? Oh yeah, that was during our break.
Yeah. We have no 82-year-olds or 7-year-olds to help us figure out what the next letters are in sequence. So please email us.
Yes. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've successfully alienated all of our 82-year-old listeners, but the 7-year-olds who are still with us, please solve the crossword puzzle so we can come home.
Or perhaps if you're 81 or 83.
All right, so I think we have time for one more episode. This one has Sako. It's called AJSMR. What is Crunch's official title? Because you're not an ambassador necessarily. You're more like a consul. Consul?
Yeah.
Captain.
We've been over this, damn it.
That'll be the end of my character arc that gets the podcast shut down.
As soon as that happens, I will promote you to major, just to avoid.
I'm recording.
Admiral
Crunch.
You gotta let him be Captain Crunch, at least for like
couple minutes at least.
Yeah. And it has to involve berries somehow.
I don't get the reference.
Captain Crunch
It's berries.
It's berries.
Sorry, I had no idea where I was going with this bit. Apparently it was nowhere.
Next time you're at the supermarket, go to the cereal aisle and look for Captain Crunch. There's like a
Crunch
berry.
berries.
Yeah.
Crunch
Aren't
berries.
they also the
Yeah.
people that do Oops All Berries?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I just don't buy.
No, right.
That was an accident.
It was
Just a
an
little.
accident.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little too
Premeditated,
convenient.
for sure.
Whoops. And we just have the boxes printed up. Nice try.
And they
Can't fool
they
me.
keep doing it for like
Yeah.
2 decades.
Yeah.
The captain was furious at first, but then he just put up with it, I guess.
Can you imagine having to walk the plank, Captain Crunch? Like, what a way to go.
Just follow your nose.
It's got like a foam rubber sword. It's like poking you in the back with it.
Did you see I drew a little drop of blood?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did, in fact. It's a perfect little circle.
It's too perfect.
It looks like what It looks like what Tampax thinks a period is.
Sad, but true.
That's accurate. Yeah.
Oh, we just lost another sponsor.
That one hurt.
We've lost a lot of sponsors on this show. Ooh.
But go ahead.
Nope, you.
No, I was just gonna say, you know, if you're a donut company, that one's open.
Yeah.
Hell yes.
Oh my God. Can you imagine getting sponsored by a donut company?
We've already got the t-shirt. We're Donut Squad.
Duck donuts would be.
We'll hire
our-
people to wear the Shattered Worlds outfits. Hawk donuts on TV and comic books. In-person events. Yeah.
There is a donut dispensary in my
Is that what they're
town.
called?
No, it's not. It's a pastry.
A donut dispensary sounds like something else. It sounds
I mean,
like a combination of two different worlds. However, very convenient.
Yeah.
Fucking great idea.
Yes. Anyway, there's
Yeah.
a donut shop.
Yeah, duck donuts. Like you can get custom donuts with whatever you want on them.
Do they have duck-shaped donuts?
I believe at a certain time of year, yes.
Oh, I want a duck-shaped donut.
All right, Duck Donuts, get at us. We'll put a duck in the show. You know, if that's part of your marketing angle, call us. We'll work this out.
Yeah.
Custom duck donuts sounds like a good thing, but wait till you see the bill.
Also, you're not wrong.
All right, so we meet one of the most memorable enemies of the season, the Razorblade Killer. You see a small person, maybe 4.5 feet tall, in dark green, almost like D&D clothes, like a tunic and a big belt, and sort of, but like with a tactical vest. Everything's in dark green, and then a cloak with a hood. You can see some kind of beard goatee situation. They have pale skin and dark facial hair, and they are dragging Prosamaya like with a hold around his neck and a wicked-looking dagger to his throat. And he locks eyes with you and snarls. So that's Brock Toronto's character, Tyranov Rock, the Razorblade Killer. He's back. He's up to his old shenanigans. What did you guys think of this guy?
Forgot he was so short. He comes up to like Tina's knee.
Yeah.
He's a little person. That's why you called him the bouncy baby guy.
I didn't much care for this character. I didn't much care for his scampering, his stabbing, his giggling, his taunting, his elusive nature. Or that he was gonna kill Keziah. I didn't like anything about him. Except the green was I wear a lot of green, so that I approve of.
You're wearing it now.
I am.
Oh no.
I am that bouncy boy, Jeff.
All right, this next one, this NPC Tina took an instant liking to.
I will familiarize myself with the UI and the guns.
Cool. You see a little icon pops on the left, and it's a friendly looking robot, and he says, "Hello, I'm Roger. I'm here to assist if you need any help targeting or switching power from shields to weapons or life support, anything you need." And Taco says, "Roger, shut up. Trying to focus here."
I see you're trying to shoot from a ship. Do you mind if I assist? Thank you for giving us Clippy.
He looks like a gun clip instead of a paper clip.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
I just need to say how insanely jealous I am that Kristy came up with the gun Clippy, because I just wrote a series of adventures with like this weird premise that it was a technical manual for it was a haunted technical manual for like an 80s computer, and like as you read it you would be spoken to by like a sinister Clippy. And despite the game itself being highly gun focused, I didn't make it a gun Clippy. And then after it was published, I heard this, and it was just like, why? It's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good. I want to like re-release it.
Yes.
I'll just commission you to draw a gun Clippy.
I'm on it.
Our next clip is one of my favorite phone calls in podcast history.
Tina! It's Ebenezer Crunch.
Hello, Ebenezer Crunch.
Hello, how's things?
Andashar like spins his finger like a wheel, and he goes, "Keep him talking."
That phone call continues.
My comrades down here trying to organize some kind of. We're all seem to be on a different page. It's quite chaotic and scary. I melted a few walls.
Melted a few walls.
That's just between you and me. If anyone asks.
I totally forgot again. There is like smoke billowing out from the baffling around you. It's fucking huge scorch marks.
In my defense, I was firing blind through some smoke, and you know how it goes. Sako, we need to just make like Tina phone calls a regular thing.
Yeah.
Like once a session, we just call each other up. Hey, how you doing?
Oh, I've been better.
Oh, well, hang in there.
She's in the middle of like pounding
I love your
somebody.
pep talks.
You hear someone like weakly begging for their life in the background.
Oh, who is that? Is that a friend? Have I met them before?
Hilarious. Yes, I think the phone calls between Ebenezer and Tina would be super fun.
Yeah, totally.
Well, y'all are together now, so I'd have to find some excuse to split you up.
Crunchy's just really slow. So
and Tina is not.
You get a ways ahead. It's like, what's it like up there? Should I wear my big boots?
Okay, so these next two are really important messages for the listener. We just, we made a mistake a couple times, and so we had to come clean, mea culpa. Ebenezer, you know now that this LARPer is dragging Prosamaya away back the way you came.
Yeah.
By the way, all apologies to the LARPing community. I have nothing against you.
I said it was like a medieval D&D outfit.
No apologies to the LARPing community. Get fucked, Link.
I feel like that should be our new thing. We randomly have to apologize to groups at least once per episode.
Occasionally companies.
That's right.
Like Mr.
Real quick,
Peanut.
I'm so sorry to the foot fetishists.
Gail's not wearing shoes for some reason. Or I guess then they would thank you, so never mind. She's wearing very thick shoes.
He's wearing too many shoes.
Sorry, foot fetishists. You never know when you're going to stomp on someone's feelings. With a high-heeled shoe.
Particularly foot fetishists who are also LARPers who really enjoy peanuts and wear Tampax.
There has to be somebody's Venn diagram, right?
Someone out there, they say if you can think of a person, that person exists. So,
Well, if you're out there, listener, let us know.
or don't.
Or don't.
Okay, I think we'll leave you with this last one. This is an important moment. We've teased it all episode. Here we go.
Just fire the laser in there.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
For all I know, someone's bringing me snacks, okay? I'm not going to make that mistake again. And then I get like this haunted look in my eyes.
Oh, it's your engineer from the last episode. He did make it out of the elevator, and he's on lunch. And then you're just like,
Mark.
Real talk though, whoever's coming in for the next shift at this establishment is going to be in for the shock of their life.
All right. We did all our social medias and stuff up top, so I think we're good to go. Any final thoughts?
Have a lot of fun. Play with you guys and see you next time.
Heck yeah. Happy to. I'm excited. We'll see you all in the in-between with its foggy corridors.
Now we're stuck in a liminal space. No.
Oh,
no.
Shout out to Space Knife for letting us use their track, I'm Taking Off, Shield Your Eyes, from their Into the Black Hole EP. Thanks, Space Knife. Keep it rolling.
I'm taking off.
Let's get into the meat.
Interesting phrase.